Hi, this is Peter Hanami with Japanese Customer News, 31st of October 2015. I've got 5 stories for you this week. Our first story is about dairy foods, and this was reported by Sue Neils in the Australian newspaper on Monday the 26th of October. In that story she mentions that Australians consume 300 kilo of dairy product per person every year, while the Japanese are up to 80 kilograms each, and China is still at 30 kilograms ahead. And the opportunity for growth is huge, according to Charlie McEhone, the International Trade Manager of Dairy Australia. Our second story this week is also about dairy, and this was reported by again by Sue Neils in the Australian on Wednesday, October 28th. And in her story she mentions an article about the top export destinations by Dairy Australia, and it shows that Australia exports over 200 million in dairy products to Thailand, over 400 million in dairy exports to Japan, and over 600 million of dairy exports to China. Our third story is about the yen, and this was reported in the Wall Street Journal on Wednesday, October 28th by Wei Gu. And in his article he explains that Japanese companies selling in China have benefited a lot from bargains created by the cheaper yen. For example, he mentions that shares of Okamoto Industries, Japan's dominant condom maker, hit a record high this month and have jumped 183% this year. And at Japanese duty-free store Laos, you'll find $800 rice cookers and $500 US dollar toilet seats, and they're all selling briskly. Our fourth story this week is about mergers and acquisitions. Now this was reported by Glenda Corporal in the Australian newspaper on Thursday, October 29th. In that article she outlines that Japan's Nippon Life plans to become Australia's largest life insurance operator after its $2.4 billion Australian dollar deal to buy 80% of National Australia Bank's MLC life insurance business. And she also points out in the article that Nippon Life has 50,000 salaried sales representatives in Japan, of which 95% are women. And we wonder if the business in Australia will be restructured to adapt to the Japanese business style. It'll be one to look out for. And our final story this week is about travel. And this was reported by Ingrid Williams in the Australian Financial Review weekend newspaper on the 30th October to the 1st of November edition. And she mentions that one of the most daunting cities for foreign visitors is Tokyo. It's a manic, hyperactive assault on the senses, and you best be aware because Japanese addresses are often confusing. Well, thanks very much for your company, and look forward next week for Japanese Customer News.